Hey guys, today's tank review is going to be about that guy. We all know about that guy. Stick around, find out more about that guy. Okay, so the KV2, we all know it, we all fear it. It's one of those tanks that make your sphincter just kind of go when you turn around a corner and there you go. There's a KV2 locked and loaded, ready to shoot you. And yeah, if you're a lower tier tank than the KV2, you got a real good reason to fear. You're probably about to get one shot by this mighty tank that we see right over my shoulder. If you're a higher tier, this thing can cripple you. This thing is super powerful no matter what tier it faces. Yeah, it won't one shot a tank that's a tier or two higher than it, but it's gonna do some massive damage. You can literally cripple a tank. If that tank has already been hit, there's a good chance that it will be able to take it out. If that tank has full HP, there's a very good chance that that tank is going to be a one shot after it meets the KV2. So that's what we all know and fear. It's the derp. This is the king of derp tanks. Well, Japanese heavies came out with the O1, and they're kind of like back and forthing as to like which one's the king of the derp. But personally, I would say that this is still king of the derp when it comes to mid-range heavies. That's the strength of this tank. As you know, these videos are set up to simply give you the idea as to what is the strength and what is the weakness of each tank in the game. The weakness is real simple. This tank is tall. This tank is hard to hide. This tank is very easy to pen. You might find that you're going to have a little bit of armor on the side, but in reality, you can't go out there expecting to bounce stuff. If you say you're in your top tier, and you're playing against some tier 4 light tanks or medium tanks, okay, fine, you're gonna get bounces, no problem. But once you're playing against tier 6s or anything higher, like, you don't think you're gonna get bounces. Don't expect them. If they happen, but if they don't, that's the way it's going to be, man, because this tank does not have real heavy armor at all. It's not a super heavy. It's pretty easy to pen. And as you can see, it's huge. So imagine this thing trying to hide behind a tree or a little house or something. I mean, like, it just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? That's the problem with this tank, is it's so easy to kill. You have to have other tanks with you. If you're going into the city, which is the smartest thing to do with this tank, if your map has a city or cliffs, cover from terrain or buildings, use it. That's what you want. You want to be able to peek out and shoot and then cover back. You want to have mediums with you, or some other tanks in general with you, so that if you get flanked by the enemy while you're reloading, they can help support you and keep you alive. Because that is one of the key problems with this tank, is the fact that it has a real long reload time. I believe it's about 20 seconds. Yeah, of course we can bring that down a bit through directives, food, rations, whatever you want to call it, and other skills. But it's around 20 seconds is the average. The aiming time also is not that good, but in all fairness, with the hand of Stalin guiding your gun, man, you don't really need too much in the way of aiming. This tank will actually hit a lot of snapshots, even though it's not dialed, your reticle's not dialed in, it's not aimed in. You just get lucky sometimes. The other thing, obviously, with this is it has very slow velocity, shell velocity, that is. Slow shell velocity, for those who are new, means that your shell is going at a slower speed than a high velocity shell, which means you really have to lead it if you're trying to shoot a moving target. So shooting a moving target in this tank is pretty hard. You really have to get used to the tank in order to make those shots. A high velocity gun, on the other hand, it's like, you just have to aim it a little in front of the tank and it's going to hit it, as long as it stays, true to its direction. But anyways, it's not that kind of thing, which is what the KV2 is. So try to shoot things that are stationary or slow moving. Try to stay away from shooting, a wheelie running across the field. Highly unlikely you're going to tag it. Highly unlikely you're going to tag anything racing across the field. So try to keep with tanks that are stationary. Fight, like I said before, fight in the town, get in the buildings, do your fighting there, and make it more of a peekaboo, like whoop, and hide, whoop, and hide, that kind of thing. You don't want to get into the open field kind of stuff, not at all. Now, when it comes to the armor of this bad boy, let me just get on here. Woo, woo. Whoa, what am I doing? Oh, right. I forgot how to use this. It's been that long since I've made a video. And look at the fact that I got cab mech on this. Hey, the tank skin. I actually have cab mech as the commander of this tank, so fear not. When you're going into battle with the KV2, Seth Rogen will lead the way. Anyways, so yeah, when you're shooting, man, that whole turret area, it's all easy to pen. The hull has got a little bit of armor there, so you're gonna get more bounces from there on the side. But the turret is easy peasy, and that's why I always tell everyone, if you're shooting at this, if you're facing the KV2, on the front you can go for the gun slots, the lower plate. But in all honesty, the turret is so easy to pen. That's probably the best place for you to always shoot, no matter what angle you're coming at it from, is just go for the turret, baby. That's what I would recommend. The other thing is, don't bother with the AP shells on this. If you're going to play this tank, just play it with the HE. The HE shells have real good penetration for HE, and that is what this gun is known for. Everybody, if you're playing with AP like I did when I first started playing this tank, everybody will laugh at you. And nobody wants to be the kid that gets laughed at all the time. You should see me on stream. Ha, Mr.BeetleBum, you're using AP. Ha. And the funny thing is actually right now, I have it set up. Here, let's get out of this and I'll show you. There, you can see right there, man. I have it set up with 36 of the HE, but it's in the 2 slot. And I used to have it in the 1 slot. I moved the shells over to the 1 slot, and everyone's like, oh man, you're using AP. I'm like, no, it's HE, but I just moved it into the slot. So I literally moved it back from slot 1 into slot 2, just so people would know that, okay, this is HE that he's shooting and whatnot. So guys, if you want to see this tank in action, I highly recommend you come out to, come over to the Twitch channel and visit me while I'm streaming Twitch, like I will be tonight. Because every time I sing a song, if I start singing while I'm playing, there's a rule in the game now for me that I have to play the KV2 if I sing. It's the Randy rule. Randy, how are you? And I play this quite a bit, in other words. It's the king of derp. Long live the derp. May the derp be with you. We have a KV2 prayer that we say before we do battle in the KV2. And then we go off and we do battle. And it's real simple, guys. You got a real big gun and you got no armor. Get to town, angle as much as you can, and kill everything in sight. It's that simple. Guys, I'm Mr.BeetleBum. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, if you don't, excuse me, sorry. If you want to know when I'm getting more videos out, just set up the notifications when you subscribe. And if you want to see me live in action and ask me a question live, come on over to Twitch and just put a message in chat. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Until the next time, guys, I'm Mr.BeetleBum, and I'm out.